Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope your day is going really well, and I hope that it's been filled with love and laughter. Today, I wanted to talk about something that we discussed with the kids at work, and the topic of the day was self-image. And we had this packet that we went through with the kids and did these exercises, and then the first page was just basically explaining to the kids what self-image is and why it's important to have a healthy self-image of self. And the conversation really came full circle. And after the first page, there were a couple writing exercises for the kids to really dive within themselves and pick out some things, that some of their strengths, some of their weaknesses, and where they are now and where they would like to be and what they would like to become. And it was really sad to go through this exercise with the kids and see that when we ask for kids to describe their strengths, it was silent in the room. And we had one or two kids chime up that had some strengths, and they were actually some insightful, true things that these kids felt about themselves, and it was really, really great. But the alarming thing was when we asked for weaknesses and for people to share weaknesses, almost every hand went up. And that is alarming because it just shows and is a testament to our self-talk and our self-care and how negatively we really view ourselves. And a lot of people put on the ego facade of, yeah, I'm awesome, I'm great at this, I'm great at that. But this exercise really showed what these kids truly feel about themselves, and it was really sad to see. And I feel like it spreads outside of that group, and it is really correlates directly with society and how people view themselves and people's self-esteem and self-image. And it's so important to have positive self-talk and build yourself up. And another thing that these kids never really had done is really sat down to think and disconnect enough from social media and electronics and whatever they continue to distract themselves with in our society. How often do we sit and actually think about our strengths and actually think about our weaknesses and areas we can improve ourselves and become the best version of ourselves? And when I asked the kids that, almost none of them said, I don't think about that kind of stuff. I don't. And granted, teenagers don't really reflect and self-analyze like adults do. But I think it carries on into adulthood. From my experience in my life and the adults that I deal with, not a lot of people sit still with themselves. And if they do, people lack the conviction to be honest with themselves about their weaknesses and about their strengths. Or some may feel that their ego is overly inflated if they pick out some strengths and say, these are areas that I'm really strong at, or I'm really good at this, or I'm really good at that. So I think the negativity comes from both sides, the ego and the lack of positive self-talk and positive self-image. And if this is something that you struggle with, one thing that I would highly recommend is affirmations. And affirmations are things that you can tell yourself, such as, I am open and positive, or I am balanced and centered, or I am fill in the blank of whatever you want to work towards and become. Because an affirmation is just affirming something, and to affirm something means to state as fact. So what you do is you state what you want to become, and you repeat it 5 times. Every time I do this exercise, I say it 5 times, and I say it out loud. So not only am I thinking it and speaking it, but I am hearing it. And the most crucial part is to feel it. Even if you aren't positive at the time, before you do this exercise, sit with yourself and think of something positive and hold on to that feeling. So when you go back and you do your affirmations, you can call on that positive feeling. So I am open and positive. And you can feel the emotion, you can hear it, you can say it out loud, and it starts to rewire your brain and starts to become reality. Because when you state something as fact, just like many higher thinkers and doctors and scientists will tell you, that you are your 5 thoughts. You are the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. You are the 5 things that you do the most. So if you are what you think, you are what you do, you are what you surround yourself with, it is so crucial to have those 5 things be positive things. Self-love, self-encouragement, self-acceptance. We need to practice these things so we can evolve as humans. These negative emotions and negative self-images that we carry around about ourselves because of something that happened in our past, or something that somebody else said that you let affect you, those things can only affect you if you don't have a solid foundation of who you really are, and you don't practice that self-love and that self-compassion and that self-acceptance. Because when you don't accept self, you accept everybody else's opinions, and that could be the most toxic, unhealthy thing for your psyche and your soul to take on. Because this society is cruel, and people are cruel. Because Courtney, when I was going through my hard times, Courtney kept reiterating to me, hurt people. And I didn't give it the best response, but it really did sit with me really profoundly. Because I had heard it in the past, but now that I was hurt and I was lashing out at people around me, it really started to sink in, and it really made me start to redirect my train of thought and stop blaming other people. Because other people are just a reflection of what you have going on inside you, and really that's all there is to life. And creating a self-image and being truthful with self is realizing that whatever you are projecting onto others or assuming about others is really just you projecting what you're going through within yourself. So practice self-love, practice self-acceptance, sit with yourself, pick out your weaknesses and work on them. Pick out your strengths and keep pushing in that direction, and you will see your life start to blossom. Remember, your 5 thoughts, the 5 people around you, and your 5 actions are who you are. So let's make those positive things and positive people, and love ourselves for who we are. And I love you guys. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I hope this video helps. And start practicing those affirmations and rewiring your neural pathways to create who you want to become. So hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon.